Conan Exiles Age of Heroes has brought with us an awful lot of bugs, and I believe the biggest one of them is our disappearing thralls. I got a lot of comments on my last video with a bunch of suggestions and theories of what might be going on and how to fix it, or rather kind of patch it for now until Funcom does do something about fixing the problem. Which on that note, I do believe Dennis released something on the forums that does say that they are turning off living settlements on official servers, which is huge because that is the biggest #1 solve at the moment, is to turn that off, and then they don't roam around as much, they won't get stuck. Been running some experiments here and there. For the most part, the guys over at this base tend to disappear because they love to get stuck on each other. Oh, they're all freed each other over here. But they were disappearing quicker than I could even name them all, which was pretty cool. So they've kind of all got names. This guy I rescued from the first time that they disappeared, and he hasn't disappeared again. So that's cool. But yeah, a lot of the other guys were disappearing before I could even name them. But essentially everyone here, not that guy, I was wondering where he went, has some type of 1 in their name so I can actually track when they go missing. And we found another spot where they go, although I actually haven't found them there physically. If you scroll all the way over, down, right down in the very bottom right corner, you can actually see a little marker. I don't know what they're doing there. I can't find them. I teleport there and I just like fall forever with no thralls around me, and then I eventually spawn in the desert also with no thralls around me. So it's a way less good spot if your thralls come here than if they do to the what I've now, after all of my years of playing this game, I just thought it was a weird glitch spot. I've been informed it is the center of the map, the 00000 spot. So some little ocean, and then yeah, we get to this spot and we spawn back here. Much like what used to happen when you would touch the mesh before you would die and all of that. Although essentially I'm on single player, so you probably still would die if you managed to weirdly get to that spot on official anyway. But allegedly I do have some dudes who've made their way over here. A couple of them are over here and they dropped when I was building my tower, and then they disappeared. And then they went over to that other spot. We have, oh, H1, he's come from over there, and he's guarding, which I find quite interesting too. A couple of them have been guarding. This one too spawned in guarding. I'm just gonna keep a little collection. But yeah, just build a tower for now also if you don't happen to be able to control it if the living settlement trick doesn't work. A tower hereabouts with stairs or an elevator because they are easier. But I also built this little experiment cube, but because a few people have suggested that what causes the problem is not only them running into each other but interacting with the different benches and stuff, and perfectly flat areas and the things like that have been helping a bunch of people, as well as placing the thrall and equipping them to a bench in combination with that living settlements actually turned off. I still have living settlements turned on so I can test some of that still. These guys, none of them have disappeared so far. There is no tavern here either. These guys have no access to beds or anything that like they can relax with or do things with. Like this fireplace they don't interact with, like the other fires that you can cook in, they'll like huddle around and stuff. So they just chill if they don't have a bench to be working on. They're not roaming around, nothing's happening, they're just chilling. I'm gonna add a little improved furnace and see if this other smelter doesn't decide he wants to touch that. I've got 16 thralls here, so I didn't actually name them because there's a butt ton of effort. I just counted these guys, and well, technically there's a few more because there's these 2 out here and these 2 here, so there's actually 20, but they don't count because I can track them pretty easily. I wanted to see if having an interaction thing like a bed was interfering, and one is a named dude and one is a tier 3. There's also so far no tier 3s have disappeared. I've seen them get stuck on stuff and they don't go poof, so it could be a pretty good thing to just use tier 3s for now. Also, you're not going to get the max amount of buffs from things like armorers and blacksmiths and things, so but if they're not going to get deleted, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind actually trying to see if I can't recall some guys, so I'm actually going to fence off this little bit here and trap some of my guys I've recalled and see if they end up disappearing again as well. But so far I actually have a couple of guys at my other base that haven't disappeared ever. They've got armor on so I can tell them apart, and yeah, I noted that the ones I rescued don't seem to be re-disappearing. So I have a little go with that because currently I just have marked the ones that were disappearing to see if any new ones would be added. And yeah, like I don't even have a marker for that other one that disappeared and reappeared that I just placed down that is now guarding. Here it is. So let's recall him. Yes, I do. Huh, that's cool. No one was actually attacked, but they must have taken injury somehow. I've also noticed that occasionally they'll take poison damage randomly. It doesn't tend to last for very long, but I have noticed a couple of them getting around with random poison damage, the ones that are wandering anyway. And if they happen to run into your spiky fences or palisades, they will actually eventually destroy a palisade by wandering around too. That's interesting. And they will take a little bit of damage from it. I don't think it actually affects them, whereas well, will on official servers most likely. The random poison, I just don't know where it's coming from though. I don't think I'll be able to rescue any of these other ones either. Yeah, so one of them was just taking damage somewhere. It'll land. Did he rescue? Where did it go? Where did the other one go? Because I've heard reports of them just like straight up disappearing when you recall them home. Also, a lot of mystery, a lot of disappointment to this update, but at least there are some possibilities for getting fixed soon. At least they've kind of acknowledged the existence of the bug, so that's a step in the right direction. Again, my best solution is just don't place out very many, don't place out tier 4s until they fix this. I've also heard reports of them straight up disappearing out of benches as well though. Multiplayer, single player, modded, not modded, PlayStation, Xbox, all of them have been experiencing these. If you would like a bit of more of an insight, I do have all of the comments from everyone's experiences on my last video, which I will have linked in the pinned comments on this video. So if you want to go have a read of all of everyone's theories and stuff, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of people experiencing similar stuff, but some people experiencing some unique things. A lot of people doing a lot of work testing stuff. Pretty cool. This guy hasn't even decided he wants to go use this furnace, which is funny. Sometimes they just stand there. These guys all seem to be working at their benches, but if I go over to up here, oh, well, some of them are working at their benches now, but this one loves to like do some weird shit here. I have no idea who I've lost. Oh yeah, and then see, they just stand there and stop working randomly. The other base doesn't do that, and this base doesn't have a tavern. It doesn't have any beds. It does have interactables like a fireplace. Nothing that they can lean on either, because the leaning thing could also be a huge part of it, which is another thing I have to experiment, the lean on like boxes and walls and stuff. And now they're all just standing here, not even NPCing and pretending like they're doing work. Go away, alchemist bench. Guys, the smelters are still doing shit. I don't know, lots of bugs. They probably would have tested this for like a really, really, really long time before implementing it. I don't know. Whether they have any player base left after this, we shall see. And when we get more updates on what's causing it, what's gonna fix it permanently and all of that, I'll make another video updating all of that. But till, like I said, till then, just turn off living settlements, put out minimal thralls, hope for the best. Don't play for a little while if you can do that. If you play on single player, obviously I know that's not possible on multiplayer because of DK time. But also let me know in the comments if you're just over this game and are going to be playing other things from here on out, because I'm probably going to try and find something I also love as much as this game and dedicate a bunch of time to that and make a whole bunch of guides. So I'd love some suggestions on what you guys would like to see. But I will still continue my 100-day playthrough of No Harvesting Gathering, as well as chucking a few guides and update videos for Conan still, as it is my core audience. Unfortunately, it's not a very sustainable game for me to continue making content on, so that sucks. But I will more than most likely still be staying within my survival game genre. I'll be checking a couple of single player games there, but I do like a multiplayer game. Might even play some DayZ again. It's been a minute, but it is one of my favorite games. Also, my two armorers, huge tits. Some of the biggest tits I've ever seen in this game. They're just wiggling for no reason. Because that was the important thing. Wiggly boob physics. I remember them fixing that before they even fixed us falling through foundations. Because I'd hate to break it to some of the newer players who are concerned about thralls falling through foundations and us falling through. Those are new bugs. They actually got rid of them and brought them back for some reason. I couldn't tell you why. Why we fixed the thing and then broke the thing again. Like, they were gone for almost a solid year. And the thralls falling through foundations was gone for fucking ages. So yeah, something is going on. And yeah, Tencent definitely didn't help at all with the Funcom situation, but it has been like this from day dot, which sucks. And we just always hoped it would get better. And their balancing just leads to more unbalanced stuff, which is likely to happen with all games for sure, but they just don't listen to the community enough. Like, for years, the PvP community has just asked for like server wipes. Get rid of the people who have 50 million ults, all of the stuff that they've inherited from other clans on like 50 million dead dead servers probably cut off a lot of the servers as well. That'd probably save them some money considering 90% of them are dead and just full of people's body vaults anyway. And most people who are dedicated PvPers do not care about re-leveling and re-grinding a few things to battle it out. It's much better than fighting against gross Zerg-like clans that call in all their backups from and then they populate the server because it's only 40 people and then you can't even get in, and then it's just too much. And then they lag switch and DDoS and just no one knows start about it, and they can just mass report you, someone who's never cheated, and then get banned. Like one of my other friends on my clan, he placed 10 foundations and got banned for land claim abuse when he had never. He just raided someone who was super salty about it. They weren't actually one of the cheaters, but they still kind of cheated in that regard. There are exploits left, right, and center, and it's an excellent PvE game. But now they've gone and done fuck that a little bit too, because a lot of people really care about their thralls, and especially on PvE where you're not losing them every 4 seconds. And now you just went and lost all of them all at once. Bye things. So I hope a lot of you stick around and watch my other type of content on other games. And don't fret, I will be putting out a couple of Conan things here and there still too if you're a real hardcore Conan head. I'd still like to do things like reacting to the movies and when I start live streaming again, which my schedule is getting there. So mainly moment now. Keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're not already, go subscribe over at Twitch, because once I figure out dual streaming, I'll do that. But I will also stream over on YouTube as well. There's definitely a bunch of other things that I wanted to say, but there was so much to go over and I clearly do not write scripts. Oops. But I tend to remember at least enough of the gist of the things. But if I remember more important stuff, I guess I'll just make another video. But like I said before, there will be more videos with updates regarding all this nonsense anyway. I look forward to living settlements being turned off on not only your own single player ones, but also multiplayer and now official. Yay. Hopefully no more lost thralls, and if you enjoyed this content, smash like and consider subscribing if you're not already. And until next time, I hope you have an excellent day, evening, night, morning, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Don't forget to check out my 100-day Let's Play. Till then, have a good one.